Look at that. I know they never tell you to look directly at the sun, and in video production classes I took in college, they told you never point your camera at the sun, but I wanted to show you guys this. That is the sun. There's a reason why the sun is like that right now. I'm on the east coast of the United States. I am in southeastern Pennsylvania, and right now we are in an air quality alert zone, because what's happening is there's wildfires up in Canada. And up in Canada, there's these wildfires, and it's so huge that all this smoke and shit is coming down into Pennsylvania, New Jersey, New York. In fact, I just talked to a friend of mine in Brooklyn. She said it looks like something out of Mad Max. So I want to show you guys what it looks like today. Today is June 7th. And this is gonna be crazy.
The tri-state region is far from alone when it comes to unhealthy air quality.
Americans in at least 18 states are being warned to stay indoors as much as possible, including in the nation's largest metropolis of New York City, where skies have turned an eerie orange.
Now, of course, right around here, you can't tell how bad it is. I was out earlier today. In fact, I have some pictures on my Instagram from up in Levittown, Langhorne, and it was brutal. So brutal. I mean, it was so bad that my neighbor texted my dad and said, if you and Marie go out today, wear a mask. The mask I'm wearing right now, actually, I didn't have any on me. I had to run up to the hospital to pick up some x-rays, and it was really insane. I actually want to see what it looks like down by the Delaware River, because usually when it's like real foggy, Delaware River, you can hardly see. So yeah, that's where I'm headed, is down to the river. They are actually telling people, because I just had on Channel 3 News, they're telling people wear a mask. They're recommending like the N95 and the KN95. Well, the N95 I always have a problem with because of my glasses, and I can't find, I used to have a bunch of KN95 masks. I can't find them. So I have some standard surgical style masks. I actually still had a box of them from when everybody was wearing masks during the pandemic. I found a whole box full in the apartment, so I put some in a baggie to stick in my bag when I go out. I also threw some in the car, because my thought was, you know what? This shit is insane. I mean, like right here, this alleyway is like not too far from me. I could usually see straight down to the end, which is all the way down to the end of this alley. So we're talking like the third stop sign. I could hardly see the third stop sign. Okay, survival tip, or even a pro tip. I don't know, maybe healthcare workers do know this. If you're a healthcare worker and you know this, let me know in the comments. You take your mask and you just wrap, just like do this with the cord, put it like that, boom. It just fits a little bit better, because as we know, these kind of masks are a little loose. So, little known tip.
Staying inside, medical experts advise wearing a high-quality mask, such as an N95, checking HEPA filters if you have them inside your home, and setting air conditioners in your car and house to recirculate. All that smoke is coming from wildfires in Canada. The country is...
You can hardly see it, but that's the sun. Right over there, you can't really see it too well. That smokestack. That is the Dow chemical plant. For the locals, you know it as Roman Haas. So yeah, that shows you how insane this joint is. You know, I was just thinking to myself, they are advising people with heart conditions and respiratory issues to stay indoors as much as possible. I have asthma and I'm out here risking my neck for the sake of YouTube. I'm sorry, I had to do it because, you know, this is a rare thing. I mean, I might see if the local Rite Aid has better masks, but yeah. Look at that. This is wild. I mean, it's so wild. I mean, you have people that have driving lights, like this car right here. But then, like this guy has the standard headlights on. So that shows you how nuts this is. Okay, I have to show you guys this. This is like the Marsh area of Bristol. But yeah, look at that. You can't really see it too well from the trees, but you can hardly see anything. I mean, there's nothing to see. And like I said, right now in New York City, the sun was like making it look all orange. Today I was actually talking to my neighbor's kid because he got home from school. He told me where he goes to school at, there was like a yellowy nicotine like hue to the sky. It is so bad. I found out from a guy who has family in the Bronx that they canceled classes at public schools over this. Also, I just saw on Channel 3 several school districts have had it where they've restricted kids from going outside because of this stuff. You rarely see this kind of sky at like 6 p.m. in this area. It is so insane. In New York, they canceled part of the Tribeca Film Festival. They also postponed, I don't know how they do it, a baseball game in New York. I know the Phillies were supposed to play tonight. They postponed that, which was funny because Philly Captain did a video on Instagram where he was at Citizens Bank Park, and they were talking about this, and he said about how a weatherman said that a mask probably won't help much. But I had to document this for the sake of YouTube. I mean, look, this is like a foggy morning here. This is actually right behind Mill Street in Bristol, Pennsylvania. This is the Mill Street parking lot for those of you that know Bristol. And it's insane. It looks like as if you woke up after a bad rainstorm. And you could smell the smoke, which is the crazy part of it all. You could smell the smoke. And we are nowhere near where these fires are. A lot of these fires are up in Canada. I heard rumors that there are a couple in New York State. I don't know how true that is. But this, I'm in southeastern Pennsylvania. I want to see what the river looks like, because on a clear day you can see out to Burlington. You've probably seen it in a few of my videos. So I definitely gotta see what it looks like. I gotta show you guys this. This is the EPA's air quality app. Download this if you live in the area, because it'll show you the air quality. Right now it is 179, which is unhealthy. And they're saying tomorrow's going to be 125, which is unhealthy for sensitive groups. And then it gives you a description of everything. And this was forecast by the New Jersey EPA. I know, why does it say that when the location says Bristol, Pennsylvania? Because I am so close to New Jersey.
And you can see just that tremendous haze in the air, that smoke that is obscuring the view as you try to look deeper into these cameras. And as I've noted, the Phillies game has been postponed until Thursday evening of next week. Worst of the air quality is now pushing in and will continue through the depths of the evening hour.
You know, before my hips started acting up, I would get up and do a little jog around this area in the morning. And maybe it's a good thing my hip is acting up right now, because this would kill me. Because I am right now by the Delaware River, and I can feel it getting thicker by the minute. And it's insane. They also said if you have an air filter, use it. I mean, might not help all too much, but use it. I know I'll probably be using my humidifier since it has a little filtration thing in it. But I want to show you something. Look at this. Now, you can't see it. I shot at this location right across the river this past weekend for a car show. But you can't see it very well. Burlington Island is out that way. And then you go over this way. That's Burlington over there. And then further out, you would see the Burlington-Bristol Bridge. You can hardly see anything. Look at this. My dad made references to London because of the fog, because it looks like fog, but to me this looks more like smog. I have friends that lived in California, and they would always show me pictures of what the smog looked like in California. So I am having thoughts about that. But here, I'm gonna get you a better look. This is down at Lions Park in Bristol. I know I've done a few videos from Lions Park. So for those of you that know Bristol, this is Bristol Wharf. Take a look at this. But you could kind of make out the tip of Burlington Island, and really on a clear day you can see the boats that are docked further up the river. You can hardly see this stuff. It's wild. Very wild.
This time lapse shows just how the smoke has thickened in the past 2 hours. The city is starting to appear orange.
All right, cool. I'm just looking at this on my phone. I'm looking at CBS News's website. This is actually the CBS 3 Philadelphia. They had pictures of how it looks at Philly. It's crazy. There is a code red air quality alert in the area. The Phillies home game tonight has been postponed. You know, now they're also talking about a wildfire in Ocean County, New Jersey, which is about a good hour or so from me, give or take. I mean, about 45 minutes to an hour. But yeah, this is insane, because I have never seen this shit before. The only time I ever saw this was I was in Florida back in 1998, I think it was. There was wildfires in Central Florida. We were coming home. We drove from Cape Canaveral, Florida, back home to Pennsylvania. This fire jumped I-95 in right around the St. Augustine area, and that's the only time I ever saw anything like this. It's wild. I mean, look at this. I'm gonna readjust a little. I tried to fix the tension on my GoPro. You know, the little apparatus I have for it, so I probably have the tension a little too tight. But again, this is right by the Bristol Riverside Theater. I mean, look, you can hardly see anything. Just up the river is a Grundy Library. You can hardly see that. But yeah, I had to show you all that because, you know, you hear about it on the news and everything, and I've had a bunch of friends who have been sending me messages through text, through social media about it. I had one friend who sent me a text because she saw a picture that I took when I was at Wawa earlier, and she was like, oh, be careful out there. And, you know, I wanted to show you guys exactly what we are dealing with. Some people are saying this is because of global warming. This is because of big government and big business kind of screwing things up. I don't know, but it's insane. So yeah, if you live here, be careful the next few days. Wear a mask if you go out. Try not to go out that much. You know, download the EPA's air quality app, and I'll see you on the next adventure.